Let's go to the U.S. Capitol, where lawmakers are considering cuts to federal programs, and that's across the board. North Carolina Senator Thom Tillis says Medicare is the latest target. It's also a part of the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill that aims to fund President Trump's agenda. He even sent out a memo today clarifying that Medicare and Medicaid could have cuts. But critics say these proposals could hurt Tillis's constituents themselves. WCNC Charlotte's Julie Kay is in the studio now. Julie, you've been following this since the beginning, as you always do, but we do not know exactly where these cuts could be. They could be big. Apparently, though, it's to the Medicare Advantage Program.
Yeah, so I reached out to Tillis' team for some clarification on how much would be changed, and they just got back to me in the last 30 minutes and said he's supporting a specific piece of legislation aimed at eliminating waste in the Medicare Advantage program. They added that that includes overpayments to insurance companies, not to benefits. But this is kind of the theme of this bill. We know the Trump administration wants to cut down on waste and fraud, but we just don't know exactly how many people or services will be affected yet.
President Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill may come with even bigger cuts than expected. North Carolina U.S. Senator Thom Tillis announcing Medicare is now on the chopping block.
The bill is passed.
The bill, which has passed the House, already includes a nearly $900 billion cut to Medicaid. Tillis telling a HuffPost reporter, quote, "I think the same logic that you used to find to implement efficiencies in Medicaid, you can use at Medicare. These are billions and billions and billions of dollars spent every year. If we get 10-15% efficiency out of that, that's a big number."
Waste, fraud, and abuse, that's part of any government program, but it's a small amount. 10 to 15%, you're just taking away health care.
Wiley Nickel is the only Democrat formally challenging Tillis so far. He formerly represented North Carolina in Congress, but didn't run again due to his district being gerrymandered. He says this discussion could be a key part of the 2026 Senate race.
Putting up barrier after barrier for families and seniors, for these programs. They want to make it so hard that people just won't be able to get coverage.
This week, the Congressional Budget Office released a report that the bill in question would add $2.4 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. As a member of the Finance Committee, Tillis has said they are working to cut that down without cutting benefits. Senate Republicans are working out these changes, hoping to get this to Trump's desk by July 4th.
Now, former Governor Roy Cooper has also expressed interest in this seat. Tillis, though, has more challengers on the Republican side, with two candidates formally declaring: Don Brown, a former congressional candidate, and Andy Nilsen, a political newcomer. Colin, back to you.
Yeah, splitting hairs here at this point. All right, we appreciate that, Julie. Thank you.